Hi guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to some more Total Warhammer 3. Continuing my Gor-Rok campaign. I just found out that in fucking 2 turns, this becomes tier 5. I did have them potentially where I could get enough money for it. But I'm upgrading that to tier 3 and I'm giving that walls. Because I need that more. Because if he does recruit an army back here and it comes round, these ain't got much defence. And at the moment I don't want to build my second army. Because I need it to afford these buildings. Once I've got, like, these 3 provinces stabilised, I can hang on these new ones. I ain't got to upgrade those straight away. And then I can look at recruiting that second army. I still don't think I can... I don't know what the... Well, then again, I won't be able to find out. I have to go back there. It's not bringing a lot of money to see it's a province with a fucking gold mine, is it? Bringing 246 baskets, got both of those. But that one is really good. I wonder if this has got one. It says strategic location, then again so does that. I highly doubt that is one. They should check something as well. Starting next turn, I need to see if my what areas are more suitable for me to go for. Because once I've conquered Illustria, I need to decide whether to go up towards Dark Elflands or across to Araby. So I might go across to Araby in the Southlands. Blessaurus with spears and shields. They're actually not that good, those ones. It's a weird thing. The Blessauruses don't get perfect vigour. So I'm not overboard about those. These ones are really, really good because of the perfect vigour. That's it, yeah. Let's have a look at start. So Savannah, Desert and Jungle. You wouldn't think Desert would be good for a lizard. And Unpleasant is Magical Forest, Mountain, Temperate and Temperate Island. So they're orange, which is also fine. So Frozen, which is going to be far up north near Dark Elf, so I don't want to go up there. Wasteland is basically your Chaos Waste areas, but also some of the green skin zones. Ocean, obviously that's just fucking Undead Guy. And Chaotic, obviously. So we can go up there to a degree, we just can't go too far where it becomes frozen and unpleasant. But it might be better off going across the other direction. Either that or taking a sea lane through to Cathay and go and meet in Nikai. We could do that actually, that could be good. Secure this and go meet up with our big brother. Oh, and also if any of you guys are new around here, just if you can hit me that sub button, or if you're one of my current viewers who's not subscribed, give me that old sub button, help grow the channel. We're trying to push for 1,000 subs. If you can help me get there, I'd appreciate it. There's no point fighting that. Temple of Mists. Campaign movement range minus 20% for enemy armies starting there. Turning this region. Leadership minus 20 when laying siege or encircling enemy armies in province. Melee defense plus 500 siege armies in province. Army ability Temple of the Mists armies in region, which is minus 30 accuracy and minus 25% base missile damage. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's not bad for defense there. It depends on what else I'm going to build in this particular region. Then again, they've got iron. And as we know, with iron being in there, it's really good for later on for money, because you get 200% more from mines and quarries. Although it still won't be a massive amount, but it'll be decent enough. I don't think this has anything deep, does it? Oh no, it does. What's this thing? Fucking hell. Right, so I'm gonna probably need that in Axol. Yeah, build that, definitely. Oh, then again, there's fucking timber in there as well. Jesus Christ. It's just if timber's worth more than that, and it's a luxury resource, I can always build muddy buildings, can't I? We'll destroy that for the time being anyway. Let's get us some growth, and then we can probably build both of these. Blood swamps, they haven't got anything special, but they've already got the dock, which is in there. So I could probably go for money on that one. Wouldn't be a bad option. And then if we take both of these, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We've got one more spot for 7, but that's going to have to be that in it. I want it for capacity. Oh shit, yeah, we're going to need that, aren't we, as well? Yeah, because I want to keep capacity up. Actually, no, technically we don't need that. That's capacity +1 for Skink Chiefs. What does that other building give? That gives rank, not capacity. So what I'll probably do is then, I'll build the Skink Chieftain building in there. And that can be alongside the port. That can have both of these. One, 2, 3. Oh, actually no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that'd be 7. Alright, okay. I can do it that way. Yeah, I mean, hero capacity is very important because I want them in each army. I don't want armies running around with just a fucking slan in there and nothing else. That wouldn't be a very good combo. This is Gor-Rok. Yeah, I might just stick with Sauruses for my army and just not bother with Temple God. Even though they're not as strong in other armies as they are in Gor-Roks, because Gor-Rok gives them physical resistance from that. But it's only for his army. But just they're so much cheaper, and the Temple Guard have even got a separate technology, like skill in the red tree to them. You've got the same one there, but a different one on that side, which is kind of weird. So cold one units covers horned ones as well. Because a horned one's just a more experienced cold one rider, basically. We'll get these on him. Yeah, it's just how much cheaper the Sauruses are as well, by comparison. Because Temple Guard are 180. I mean, they're not that dear for his army, but they're going to be dearer in the other armies because the Slams won't have his skill tree. But even then you're talking like 54 more per unit, that is, as well. If I'm having like 8 units, it's quite a bit. It's going to stack up. And especially when you include... Give me that, so we can get that at level 15 as well. Especially when you include... I've just thought, actually, because he gets stalked, doesn't he? So he can be my stalking unit. Stalking unit on Ancient Stegodon. Right, so here then we're going to want growth, first and foremost. Give me growth. Just trying to work out what buildings I'm going to get, because I know a lot of these are going to have at least one landmark building. But I did have one, it wasn't there, it was here. It was in Subatoon, I think. It weren't in these, so it was that one. So I weren't building that because it's no value to me. Because I'm not having any of those units in my armies. So if I did go with that so I can get better trade agreements. Because the more rare resources you've got, the more value your trade is. So you get more money. Only problem is then you've got to keep your trade partners alive. Which is why I don't go around confederating people. Because I prefer to have them as trade partners for more money. I mean, if we're having the Skink Chief building there, we've got 4 building slots. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we're golden. I then don't need to have anything like that. I can keep the money building. And then I've got the resource building as well. So I've got 45 exotic animals cages. Can you imagine Lizardmen selling off exotic animals? Might be kind of against their thing, won't it? Oh. See, I don't like this dual capital thing, sometimes a bit weird. Because like that one gives same income, but it gives +3 control. But that gives 1,000 defensive supplies. Well, they both get that actually. 50 growth, -2 corruption. That one only gives 7 construction slots. So you only have 8, not 10? Alright. Weird. But then that one gives you improved projectiles, rays of light, which you don't get there, so I'm guessing they're stronger towers on the exterior of the walls. You get the same growth and minus corruption, you just don't get the +3 control. But you get Omnibility Geomantic Nexus, which is a magical unit that can cast spells, summons a Skink Priest. So you can summon a Skink Priest and you can summon up to 2 of them. Summon a Skink Priest, a hero? Alright. But the main thing there is, that gives you 9 construction slots, so you'd have 10 total. That only gives you 7. Why would you take 2 less construction slots? If I had 2 less here, I've got to get rid of 2 of these buildings. And a lot of these buildings are bloody important. Save up, try and get that. Should be able to afford it in a couple of turns, get it to tier 5. Yeah, I'll try and get rare resources where I can. Just strengthen those trades. I'll have a look at my trade agreements after as well, see what else I've got. Because I know I've got one with Tehenoin. Tehenoin seems to be... Is it that Tehenoin up here? Yeah, so he's kicking some ass. Rakov's getting his shit pushed in. This is pop surplus 5, so we don't need that anymore, and we don't need that anymore. How many provinces has he got? He's only got those 2. So if he loses both of those, Rakarth's in some serious trouble.
Shuno Ankani Zaral Siksanga. Swakpakarski Lekeke Egon Saralse.
Research, right, that's not all done. Yeah, I want to get to this one because that one gives me growth. So I might as well get to that while I can still actually use it. And then probably these ones as well, yeah. That one there. They're just more money. That gives 3 more control there as well, that. actually want to get to the growth one first. And the reason I'm doing that ambush stance is because if the AI can sometimes see you heading towards a settlement, they'll send an army back either to try and defend a settlement, or they'll send one to attack one of yours that's, you know, weak and available to be attacked. Because like the garrison on this is going to be fucking nothing, basically, so... I don't need that anymore, do I? No, I don't. Because I've got Tablet of Beasts. Yeah, that's good. It's fine. But I still need to wait for the money on that. I want to upgrade that to tier 5. Then that's 2 tier 5 cities. And see, if this one hasn't got too many, like, landmark buildings for Lizardmen. I know there's pottery there as a rare resource, which is fine. Can have that alongside the port. Then I can try and make this another recruiting province. Maybe. It's all well and good having one recruiting province, but you'll sometimes need to recruit armies in other lands. You don't want loads of recruiting provinces unless your army can naturally build that way, kind of like greenskins, because greenskins can if you just focus on like a few certain troops. And pretty much with greenskins you have the horde building there, like treasure chest, and the breeding camp in every small town, because it's just more money that stacks up faction wide. It's ridiculous. So by the time you've got it across your entire empire, you've got so much money from each battle and from raiding and stuff, it's ridiculous. Oh, we can make that. Nice. That's good. I want the growth building there. There's no landmark building on this either. That's good. So, yeah, if I have my walls, we can build the Skink Chieftain building here for capacity, and then we can go for money. Especially if that's a 10-slot province for us. It might not be though. Yeah, with this Mace of Uldumak, I think I might just take it off. I'm not that impressed with it. It's just the fact that it gives physical resistance, which is not bad, but it doesn't give anything every other weapon in the game pretty much gives you. Most weapons will give you some melee attack and some base weapon damage. That doesn't give you either of those. In my opinion, that should be the basis for all weapons. And then all armour and probably amulets should give you some melee defense, and, well, in case of armor, some armor, but then in the case of an amulet, either physical resistance or a ward save, based on what they are. And then the armor should probably also give some physical resistance or ward save, based on what it is. But they should all give you melee defense and armor, where you should get melee attack and base weapon damage for all weapons. Ones that aren't giving you that, they're just subpar. They're just not as good. What was the... We're using a different one here, aren't we? No. Was it here? It's here. Using that one on for the control. It's only giving 2 controls, so it should be in a positive by now then. So I can get that growth one then. Give me that. We are going to be having that now. So yeah. Can't remember what else I'm building next one. That's having the skink chieftain building. So I want this, and that. Don't know. Can I recruit a skink priest? How can I not recruit a skink priest? Because I've not got it on tier 2. Fuck, that's why. Fucking how dark the land is from vampiric corruption. Jesus Christ. It's fucking... It's like a wildfire's gone through the area. It's burnt to shit. Why has it got 15 physical amulet on a hero that's not in an army? Never understood that. Because as far as I'm aware, to my knowledge, none of the items in the game benefit heroes on the campaign map. So there's no point giving them to heroes that are outside of your armies. They're only worth being on your heroes that are inside your armies. And some of the items, obviously, as well, can have an effect on balance of power. I don't think it takes into account activates, but like general stat increases and stuff like that do. You see jog on? Strange creature. Give me that so I can get a bloody skink priest. Can't believe my public order's still on the way down. Ooh, that's actually really good. I just realised the upkeep minus 3% is for Saurus's all armies. I don't know why I didn't do that before. It's because I know the recruitment cost is only if you recruit them in that area. So I get that up, and then these all become 3% cheaper, which might not seem like a lot, but when the supply lines is 4%, and the upkeep reduction is 3% on all Sauruses, that means you're only going to be paying like 1% more for your Sauruses. At least on the first army anyway. Second army another 4%, which is going to give you the full whack obviously. But then again, I can always maybe try and find other obsidian mines. Not the most common thing to find though. With potentially with the Kingdoms of Ind, Koresh, maybe Nippon and Tort Isles of Alithis, and maybe adding up to like another 50 settlements. Could be less, could be more. Obviously some of those are going to have more rare resources in there. So, more gold mines, more pottery, more dyes, more obsidian mines, more masonry. You know, you can add in more of all different types of things. I'm not sure if they've added it in, but they could have added in for like Cathay, and they could do it for Nippon as well in part. They could add like a jade mining. Jade is a resource. But I suppose though that would only be accessible in their part of the world maybe. I don't know. Non-aggression? Of course, buddy. See, look how much our trade's worth. So we can get those eventually.
House! It's at the Sude.
And I know somebody said, apart from like certain factions have ways to force a confederation a lot harder to get, but I'm not looking to confederate any of my allies. Military alliances as far as I'll go, but I won't go that immediately. I'll go that like a bit later on. He's got trade with them.
Hello!
So as a right, okay, so they're trading with that high elf faction. Being that the good guys, it makes sense. I'm just surprised they're at war with the dwarves. When the dwarves share an enemy with Tehenowin. I'm just making sure that they're not like a Karakate Peaks type faction. Because Karakate Peaks you can't get like a military alliance with. Mine. Right, okay. I'll upgrade that. I'm doing that one first because if I'm going to get attacked, it's going to come this way. It's going to hit one of these two. Put him there because he can... That's getting upgraded to tier 5. Which means he's going to get a stronger garrison. I like that's good how you can see how many turns it's getting got left on it and stuff. Ooh. Yes. It's more upkeep reduction and it's awards, big award save for him. Yep, we'll take that. Some units all got a bit cheaper still. Obviously this is in his particular army though, because I don't... Well, Slan... I'm not sure if Slan have that. I don't think they do. I don't think Slan have this. Obviously they're not going to get any of these things, that's his unique tree. They might maybe have that and that, so you can get some reduction there. So units are going to be significantly more expensive in other armies. But I do want Slans leading them, because you can recruit Slans at high rank, and Slan's kind of like your closest thing to fill in for a Lord of Croak. Otherwise you're taking a Saurus Old One and a Skink Priest, and Skink Priests aren't that good. I prefer a Slan with a Scar Veteran, because Scar Veterans and Old Ones aren't that far apart in combat ability. And they can ride the same mount, which is generally rare that you'll have a hero riding the same mount as a Lord. But that does also fit the lore. I'll attack that next turn, but that one might be a fight. I don't see that one being an auto-resolve. That's doing good now. You won't need the growth, but the money from buildings is really good. Because that's research rate in it, which is not bad. That's mainly control and anti-corruption. And then reducing plagues and attrition when under siege. It's more of a defensive one. And that's more for recruitment. So I do want to put that one on in here and in Itza when I'm ready to recruit my second army. I need to remember that. But you don't get +2 ranks until tier 4. Alignment, Geomantic Web Strength 4. So it could mean recruiting some much higher ranking Sauruses earlier on. And that way I'm not going to fuck around leveling them up as much. Although they are going to get a fair number of experience, because all the slans all give you experience, and then the Scar Veteran will do as well. So units should rank up fairly quickly in those armies. Actually quicker than in Gor-Rok's army, because Gor-Rok doesn't give in any experience really. Actually does he? I'm not sure about his red tree. I know one of the red trees doesn't. I think it might be Skarsnik's. Oh no, it's not Skarsnik's, it's Beastmen. Beastmen's red tree hasn't been changed. It just gives like +5 leadership to units in his leadership range or something. It's not been changed to give extra experience. But Beastmen at the moment, still the strongest faction in the game. People who haven't played them won't know, but Beastmen are insanely strong. I mean, you've got to think they've got no supply lines. The units are free. They ain't got about control or anything like that. You're not affected by Nurgle plagues, because you can spread a plague yourself. They're a very, very powerful faction. And then on top of that, you've got like oh. I can't get the walls yet. Kidding me. Ooh, let's fuck that one. Because that one can get walls. Let's put walls on it. This makes me wonder about something. So that there gives you rays of light on the towers. That one gives you arcane bolt. Oh. So rays of light at the top one. But you already get that by having this at tier 5. Weird. does give me a victory. Just not a good one. I'm guessing I'm probably going to lose units. I don't lose units. Against the city? Okay. Be honest, I didn't see that coming. Didn't think that'd be a thing. That's a lot of 6s to have as income. That went from tier 4 to tier 2? They were upgrading it to tier 5. How the fuck's it gone on 2 levels? I got robbed. Ah, so here you're forced to have a Temple Nexus. So here it gives you Temple Nexus, you don't get the choice of that and the other one like you do with it, so. So you can't switch it. Got you. Yeah, like there as well. Right, okay. So I'm seeing it. So some of the certain locations, you might get the choice of Temple Citadel, or you get stuck with the generic one. So if you can get the Temple Citadel, you are better off taking it. Like I said, it's 2 more construction slots. There's no reason not to take it. So that's how they've done that. Because this was also a 10-slot province for the undead. For me, it's only 8 slots. Okay. We don't need that. So we've got a port. So here we want posturate as well as the port, and then walls. That one, we're going to need the skink chieftain thing. We can have walls and money, I think. Unless we want to make this into recruiting. That was the one we went to recruiting here. Because I would need that and that. But then Awakening's only got 6 slots as well. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We actually could do it. You just miss out on the extra 400 from that. Or then actually no, because we're putting them on the island anyway, moving across, aren't we? Yeah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that now. So we'll take the skink chieftain build and we'll take the money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll take 6. We'll take the money. Yeah. Give me that lovely money so I can get more armies. Right, he's got all his passives now, so these all take effect when he's casting a spell. So that lasts for 25 seconds. That affects my units for 11 seconds. They get more leadership and psychology. And that affects my units for 9 seconds, giving them a 10% ward save. And then next I want to max that out. And then probably either training or going onto one of these trees. That's actually really good. Irrepressible. Wound recovery time -5. Get fucked who needs Vlad. I will need that at some point, telekinesis. Because he is a big target. He does get... What the fuck? Think about it. He has 60% missile resistance? What is he, Morgor? How's he got that? Maybe he might not. I'll see. I'll look at all of the skill points first. Because that'd put him at 75% missile resistance. And I'm not sure if anything's going to get through that, in all honesty. That still has one more upgrade to do, doesn't it, that one, I think. Yeah. Top one, which is 10,000. Fucking hell. Not making it cheap, are they? I'm trying to make sure that I get the hero capacity buildings in almost every province, as well as the slan building. The slan building is really important because it means you can recruit slans ridiculously high level. But I think it also gives you higher ranking heroes as well. They've, I think they buffed it. I don't recall it being that before. I could be wrong. Usually you just built it for the slan thing though, but you used to be able to build it in towns as well as cities. Because it was a tier 3 building, and it wasn't restricted to only towns, so you could build it in both. But now you can only build it in cities, which does make more sense. There is like a, there's a building that goes up to tier 4, which is the base of the control building for greenskins, and that gives you +1 to Lord Recruit rank. But because obviously the tier 4 version to get that buff, you can only build it in a city. But you build that in every city you've got, and later on you're recruiting like rank 20 lords at Immortal off the bat, which is really good. I won't let you chain these for some reason, it's really weird. So what are the buildings that it's seen it reduces on the end of technology? That's all buildings. That's province capital settlement buildings, which is fine. That's resource producing buildings, which is fine. And this one's Cult of Sotek and Cult of the Old One buildings. And that one's the Star Chain, which is the one that buffs the slan up. Cult of Sotek and Cult of the Old Ones. What building is that then? Is that this one? That's Cult of Sotek. This says Reverence of the Old Ones. Is that what that is? It must be that. It's just that it doesn't call... That one's called Cult of Sotek. It's quite specific. This one isn't called Cult of Sotek, it's called Reverence of the Old Ones. So if it's making that cheaper, I need that in every settlement anyway. Because it's, well, capacity for skink priests, which are my scouts. -10 corruption, which is quite a lot, to make sure corruption stays out. but then it also gives you income for more buildings in local province plus 12%. Gives you a skink priest in the garrison as well. Has that bumped that up? Oh yeah, it's gone to the next level. Yellow! We've got yellow. The Wi-Fi's going out in that area though, it's fucking blinking. See, I like this as well. That's just a little improvement. I'm pretty sure wasn't there in Warhammer 2. Diplomatic relations goes up plus 10 with all Lizardmen. And you've got an effect on all of them. So all of them at like tier 4 and tier 5 in the Geomantic Locus, you get improved relations every turn with Lizardmen. So there should be no reason to be at war with any Lizardmen. Give me that. Not the town, the fucking hero. The hell's this? Is that where the fucking meteor thing landed? Talaxlan. She's over there. What the hell? This has got molten lava running out of those bloody things. And burning off there. Actually quite cool. Spectazuma. That is not my city. Why have enemies when you can have friends? Right, this is going really well. So that's all this stuff conquered. So it's a matter of moving over here now. And I will look at probably recruiting a army next time. Because that's going to be tier 5 in 4 turns. So I just need the building for the Scarvatron capacity and the building for the priest capacity. And then that's got all the buildings it needs. I just have to upgrade them fully. But we still haven't upgraded all of them here. We're still waiting on 1. And that gives match relation with lizards as well, plus 20. That's also very good. And then if I'm recruiting... Well, I can't recruit over here yet. So I'm going to have to wait a bit actually first. Unless... It's not really under danger, is it? Can I... Yes. Build me that. And we'll get that built up. So I can get these at least anyway. And then we can switch that to alignment of war. They might miss out on one rank at the moment because it'll take a while to get geomantic locus and stuff on that. I don't want to wait too long. And then I can recruit the Sauruses there. Send him across here. And he can come recruit... Well, actually, no, he doesn't need to recruit his cold ones. He can have those. I might send him down there then, actually. I might hold off. And then I can give all these rank 7 cold ones to the other guy. And then I save on the cost of recruiting. It just means they're going to go up in upkeep cost because they're not going to be as cheap in that army. But then he can look at getting horned ones if it'd be somewhat affordable. Because at the moment on that price they really aren't. But we can reduce them in upkeep, but we've got to get that one right at the end. And that's only 10%, it's not a massive amount. That's Luther Harkin shit all taken. I am surprised that I could auto-resolve that, I really am. That did shock me a little bit. But I should have enough to have at least 2 full armies. And then have money spare. Right, well, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, drop a subscription. Or if you're one of my current viewers who aren't subscribed, please hit me that sub button. Try to grow the channel as quick as I can. Trying to get towards that 1,000 subscriber mark. If you can help me get there, I would really, really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video.